Hello everyone. There is a truth that many men do not want to hear. Women do not love in the way men often imagine. Many men believe that as long as they are sincere, self-sacrificing, loyal, always present, always forgiving, and always tolerant, the woman they love will appreciate them more. But in reality, things do not always work that way. In relationships, love does not exist separately from value. A woman may say that she loves you for who you are, but in reality, her emotions are often closely tied to what you bring into her life. A sense of safety, strength, status, stability, emotional stimulation, attraction, the ability to protect, the ability to lead, and the feeling that you are a man of value. This may sound harsh, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's simply part of human nature. Machiavelli once pointed out that people often act based on their own interests. They may talk about love, loyalty, and sacrifice, but when circumstances change, when interests change, when the balance within a relationship changes, their emotions may also change. Love works the same way. A woman may have once been deeply in love with you. She may have once said she could not live without you. She may have once seen you as her whole world. But if you lose your value, if you become weak, dependent, easy to control, without goals, without attraction, then the love that once seemed so intense can fade much faster than you think. Men often suffer because they believe love is permanent. But many times, love only exists as long as the things that nourish it still remain. When you can still create emotions, she is still attracted to you. When you still have value, she still respects you. When you still have boundaries, she still thinks twice. When you are still an independent man, she still wants to enter your world. But when you turn yourself into someone who is always available, always pleasing, always giving in, always afraid of losing her, you are no longer the man she desires. You become a convenience. Someone who is always there. Someone predictable. Someone with no mystery left. Someone who is no longer a challenge. And when a man becomes too easy to have, he is often taken for granted. This is one of the harshest truths in male-female relationships. A woman may love your gentleness, but she will find it hard to respect your weakness. There is a huge difference between being kind and being weak. A kind man knows how to love, care, and protect, but he still has principle. He has boundaries. He has self-respect. He does not allow anyone to treat him badly just because he loves them. A weak man, on the other hand, is so afraid of losing a woman that he accepts losing himself. He is insulted, but he stays silent. He is looked down on, but he still holds on. He is used, but he comforts himself by saying that he is just loving sincerely. And the more he does that, the more he is disrespected. Women often test a man's boundaries, not always with bad intention, but it is a very natural part of relationship dynamic. They observe how you react when they break promises, when they become cold, when they speak disrespectfully, when they demand too much, when they test whether you actually have the courage to walk away. If you only say that you do not like something, but in the end, still accept everything, then you are teaching her that your boundaries have no value. If she cancels plans many times and you still keep waiting, she will understand that your time is not important. If she speaks to you disrespectfully and you still try to make peace at all costs, she will understand that she can treat you that way without losing anything. If she only comes to you when she needs help, but disappear when you need her, and you still keep giving, then you are turning yourself into a one-sided source of benefits. A man is not disrespected because he loves too much. He is disrespected because he does not know how to protect his own value. Machiavelli once said that people often do not do what is right unless they are compelled to. In relationships, this can be understood simply. Words do not create respect. Consequences create respect. It is not enough to say that you have boundaries. You must prove that anyone who crosses those boundaries will lose access to you, not through threats, not through control, not through manipulation, but through calmness and firmness. If a woman keeps taking you lightly, reduce your investment. If she does not respect you, step back. If she only takes and never gives, stop providing. If she causes you to lose yourself, leave. A strong man is not a man who makes women afraid. A strong man is someone who makes others understand that he cannot be treated carelessly. Here is another truth. Attraction slowly dies when a man loses his independence. In the beginning, women are often attracted to a man who has his own life. He has goals, friends, work, hobbies, passions, and his own world. She enters his life and feels that she has been chosen by a man of value. But after a while, many men make a mistake. They abandon their friends, give up their hobbies, forget their goals, and revolve their entire life around the woman. They text constantly, are always available, always waiting, always asking what she wants, always adjusting themselves to please her. At first, this may move a woman emotionally, but in the long run, it destroys attraction. Because a man who no longer has his own world is no longer an interesting man. He becomes the shadow of the relationship. He is no longer the one who leads. He becomes the one who clings. And it is very hard for a woman to maintain desire for a man she feels already belongs completely to her, with no challenge left, no mystery left, and no independent attraction left.
Strategic distance does not mean playing cold games. It does not mean pretending to be busy, deliberately ignoring her, or manipulating her emotions. It means you genuinely have your own life.
You still have your own goals. You still have your own standards. You still have friends, work, passion, health, finances, and a career. You love a woman, but you do not turn her into the only center of your universe. That is what creates lasting attraction. The more a man needs a woman in order to feel valuable, the more power he loses in the relationship. On the other hand, a man who can love deeply but is still willing to walk away when he is disrespected will always be harder to replace. This is what many men do not understand. They think that the more they prove their love, the more moved a woman will be. But in many cases, the more they prove that they cannot live without her, the more respect they lose. Love needs warmth, but attraction needs distance. Affection needs care, but respect needs boundaries. Attachment needs sharing, but personal value needs independence. If you only know how to love but do not know how to hold on to yourself, you will be pulled into the relationship like someone begging for validation. And the person who begs for love is often not respected as much as the person who knows how to stand firmly on his own. So what should a man do? First, examine your relationships. Ask yourself, why is this woman with me? What does she receive from me? What do I receive from her? Is this relationship balanced? Or am I giving too much while she only receives? If you are always the one sacrificing, always initiating, always forgiving, always rescuing, always waiting, while the other person only appears when she needs something, then that is not healthy love. That is an exchange where the balance is broken. Second, set clear boundaries. Do not say empty phrases like, I don't like it when you do that. Be clear about this. If that behavior continues, what will you do? If she repeatedly disrespects you, you will leave the conversation. If she repeatedly cancels plans without a valid reason, you will stop arranging your time for her. If she only comes to you when she needs benefits, you will stop responding immediately. If she betrays you, you will end the relationship. A boundary without consequences is not a boundary. It is just a complaint. Third, maintain your value. Do not neglect your body. Do not neglect your career. Do not neglect your finances. Do not neglect your friends. Do not neglect your life goals. Do not turn love into a reason to lose yourself. A man of value does not need to beg for attention. He builds a life that makes others want to be part of it. Fourth, stop trying to be the nice guy to everyone. Being liked is not as important as being respected. A person who always tries to please women is often afraid of being abandoned. Because he is afraid of being abandoned, he accepts things he should never accept. And that very acceptance causes him to be abandoned in the other person's mind before the relationship actually ends. A respectable man does not need to be rude. He only needs to have standard. He does not ask for permission to have self-respect. He does not over-explain when he is insulted. He does not argue just to be acknowledged. He simply observes, evaluates, and acts. If he is respected, he stays. If he is looked down on, he leaves. That is strength. The harsh truth about the nature of women is not that women are bad. It is not that women do not know how to love. It is not that love does not exist. The truth is that women, just like men, are influenced by value, emotions, interests, attraction, and the instinct to choose. They can love you sincerely, but that love still needs to be nourished by value. They can be loyal, but that loyalty often lasts longer when they still respect you. They can be gentle, but that gentleness is hard to maintain if you turn yourself into someone weak, dependent, and easy to take lightly. Men do not suffer because women are too cruel. Men suffer because they enter love with illusions. The illusion that being good is enough. The illusion that sacrifice will be rewarded. The illusion that love will protect itself. The illusion that a woman will value you even when you no longer value yourself. But reality does not work that way. If you want to be loved, have a heart. If you want to be respected, have boundaries. If you want to be desired, have value. If you do not want to be abandoned, first do not abandon yourself. The man who understands this will no longer blame women. He also does not need to become bitter, cold, or hateful toward love. He simply becomes more awake. He understands that love cannot replace value. Kindness cannot replace strength. Loyalty cannot replace attraction, and sacrifice cannot replace self-respect. When you understand the true nature of relationship, you are no longer a victim of emotions. You know when to give, when to stop, and when to move on. You no longer beg a woman to recognize your value. You build that value yourself, and that is when everything changes. Thank you for watching and listening. I am Dr. Mia, a psychologist from LoveWell, and I would like to end today's sharing here. Goodbye, and see you again.